Have you seen anything crazy happen at a tournament?
In Japan, this guy went outside and he lost the match. He went outside and he got a bucket of water and just put it over the guy's head. Came back in, put the bucket of water. They knew each other. It wasn't a random guy. They were friends. They came in laughing and they left laughing. But you said random, and for me that was random. Because he left the machine, left his coat and bag on the floor, went outside, got this bucket that seemed to already have been filled with water, brought it in and just tipped it over his head.
Okay.
So yeah.
Right.
So that was on Virtual Fighter. That was in it was called Kanyispo, the East Exit Sportsland arcade in Shinjuku.
Okay.
And yeah, and the guys found it totally funny, and everyone laughed, and they left straight after that.
Awesome.
So
maybe only in Japan.
Yeah, I know. That was here, boy. Arms outside.
Yes.
But yeah, I hear a lot of things. I'm never present. I always miss everything. I hear a lot of things. I think it was either Steve or Rizza that told me the story about a Zangief player playing an E-Honda player on Super Turbo. And I think the Honda won, he clutched it out at the end, and the Zangief wasn't happy and he went over and started beating him with an umbrella.
I think I did hear that one.
Have you heard about that?
I have heard about it.
Yeah, it was in Moore. I think the arcade doesn't exist anymore. It was in Moore, Shinjuku, and he beat this guy with an umbrella and the staff was scared to stop him. I mean, what the bloody hell are they there for? The staff were meant to help out. They were scared to stop him just because of how crazy this guy was going. And I think it took a few of them to get him off him, but there was blood everywhere and everything.
Serious business.
And yet again, I wasn't there, but I heard about that story, and that was pretty crazy. I thought, wow. And you don't really expect that from Japanese because they're so peaceful. They're so quiet and meek and shy.
You've got to watch out for the quiet ones.
The implosive ones, yeah.
Reminds me of a story I heard. I don't know, you might have heard of this one. It was a revolving King of Fighters 98 and a guy using Ralph and pressing one button. Do you remember Ralph in 98? So in 98, remember Ralph, how you could use him by pressing one button?
Oh no.
And apparently he got a bit of a win streak, and then somebody got quite upset and then attacked him with a machete and cut off one of his hands.
What country is this?
Hong Kong.
Oh, are you serious?
Well, that's what I heard.
That is, Chinese whispers. You probably went up to him and gave him a chocolate bar. I just got mixed up.
Oh, wow. You mean machete, right? Oh, my word.
He cut off a segment of chocolate. What, his hand? I don't know. I mean, I hope that isn't true, but there's crazy people everywhere, so that could well be true. And I know they take games just as serious as anywhere else, and they're really good at King of Fighters. So you can imagine if it was like a really good player or someone who thought he was really good and he got exposed by Ralph C after he's maxed up on 98 down C, standing C. That flowchart works on everyone, but down C, standing C was guaranteed after that, bro. But yeah, we're guaranteed. Don't care who you were playing. Anyway, except Diamonds, he'll counter it. But yeah, I'm not sure. I've heard about a guy in Hong Kong again that lived upstairs above an arcade, and I think the arcade was operated 24 hours, or it was open till late or something, and this guy must have come down in his pajamas because he lived upstairs. He came down in his pajamas, got 46 wins with a team that did actually have Ralph on it, and then he went upstairs to sleep. And I just thought, wow, like this guy. I mean, just the whole image of him coming down, like he doesn't give a crap about the game. He's just like, yeah, whatever. I'll have a few games now. Can't sleep, have a few credits, go upstairs to bed, and he's just like battered everyone, obviously, and just gone back to. And when I heard that, I was like, this guy sounds too funny, man. What a personality. How can you come down in your pajamas for start? Did he bring his hot cocoa or what? Like, he just came down in his pajamas, wasted everyone.
You're in my house now.
Wow, he lives upstairs. He's probably upstairs practicing. But let me go down and practice this new thing I've worked out. Beat everyone. But yeah, I know. Seems the best stories come out of Hong Kong.
Maybe, yeah.
What are we missing out? We better go over there.
Indeed. Could be. Actually, come to think of it, is there anywhere in the world that you haven't been to yet to check out?
Well, I've got China and Kuwait and Mexico City coming up this year. Kuwait isn't confirmed yet. I'm going to be in touch with the guys to see what's happening with that. Those guys are amazing. But yeah, so I would have had Korea as well, but I missed out on that, losing in the semis. So unfortunately, when we're going to Korea. But yeah, so there are a few places that I'm going to that I haven't been before, which I'm really excited about going to. Not sure about Mexico City. I better get those vaccines sorted out, innit? But anyway.
And suddenly all the Mexicans go nuts.
No. Nothing wrong with the community. No, I'm just talking about being safe here. Right. Nothing wrong with the community or the people there. I'm saying about being safe. Okay. But yeah, I think there are lots of places I haven't been to answer your question, by the way. But in terms of where's big on fighting games, Hong Kong, Hong Kong, China, Korea, Singapore, Taiwan, they seem to have, they got a community there as well. So it's a lot of Asia actually, isn't it? There's a lot of Asian countries. I mean, I've done most of Europe that plays fighting games heavily. So I recently did Canada. It was nice, really nice there. I mean, there's lots of places though. I mean, I think Alaska, they have a scene. Alaska, where else? I don't know about Thailand or anywhere like that. But
I think Thailand's got something going on. I remember.
But yeah, I'm sure everywhere has a scene, and not everywhere is as known as everywhere else.
Yeah, that's the thing. Do you think right now the scene has? What do you think the scene? How does the scene compare with that of the 80s? Or is it the 90s? No,
well, I think the community
90s,
aspect of it is better than before, because now you've got forums and stuff to support bringing people together. You've got YouTube so that you can show content. I mean, without YouTube, how would you know how good a community was? You know that it's worth going to a certain place if you want to level up your game, for example. So I think that, you know, these mediums we have now to communicate with have definitely improved the quality of our community. The only thing now is I think that too much priority is given to playing online and not enough given to playing offline. You know, the importance that it's actually like a good thing to meet up, not just for the playing of the game, but for the socializing. It can't all be done to a PC screen, you know, or to a monitor.
It's true. Netcode, a lot of people place a lot of importance on netcode, but at the same time, it's not really. I mean, arguably, some people say, "No, man, Blaze Blue, man. It's the same online." I'm like, but.
So what I would like to see more of is something like community meetups where players from anywhere, you know, all over Europe or wherever, get together for a session. It doesn't have to be that you only meet up internationally for a big tournament. I'd like people to meet internationally, but just for a session. Just for a get-together, a friendly get-together that's about having a session or a few random mini side tournaments, but there isn't a priority about having this main tournament that decides only one champion. Because you get thousands of players, but one champion. So you only get one person that gets to be properly happy. Whereas if you have a session, we can all get together and probably do something more productive than just having this one tournament and you know, deciding a winner.
There was a bit of, I don't know for you, but there seems to be a bit of a cut-off in the scene around maybe about the year 2000. Actually, breaking the millennium, things got a bit quiet. Was it the same for you?
Yes, definitely. There was a decline in players, and I was involved in Tekken Tag a lot then. So my SNK days sort of dwindled, disappeared actually, and so did the players. And yeah, it was just a time of people starting to do other things, I think.
Right. Yes, and that's why. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking as well. Because now, as you may have seen, a lot of people have come back out of the woodwork, and strangely, they seem to be of our generation.
What?
They seem to be of our generation.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
true.
It's like a lot of people now seem to have settled down in some sort of job or some sort of structured life, and they have now time to come back and play. So I think the community does have another lease of life. However, saying that, looking at the amount of games that are being churned out at the moment, do you think this is going to continue? Or do you think there's a danger?
Looking at the games that have come out,
because there's so many games that have come out at the moment. Do you think there's a danger of that sudden dip again?
Yeah, I mean, well, there's always a danger of anything like that, I guess, but not necessarily a dip, but yeah, the division will be more apparent, because you're going to have players that prefer a certain game over another, so you're going to see, you know, a decline in a certain community once another game's released and stuff like that. But as long as everyone is actually playing, then it should actually be alright.
So how do you feel about, for example, thinking about the amount of revision